This is Hughes Pop Wrestling Podcast on a Tuesday recap of SummerSlam. Next to me, I got Cody Cornett. Below me, I got Nikki D. We're going to bust through this SummerSlam and give our opinions. And if you're in the chat, please pop in and give your opinions as well. I'm going to turn it over to Cody Cornett. Hopefully, he has a lineup of matches. No, on your head. So we're going to use our heads.
A steel trap.
We're going to use our heads tonight. We're going to have fun. And we're going to get through SummerSlam. If there's enough time, we'll talk about some highlights that have happened in Monday Night Raw. And okay, so Cody Cornett, fire away.
Okay. Thank you so much, Scott. So we're going to start off with the very first opening match. Well, before we do, I have to ask, did you guys care that SummerSlam started 3 hours early?
Normally, if I wasn't... I did this time because I had to try and catch up later. So okay. I cared that it was earlier than what I'm used to them starting for the premium live events. So I cared this time, but I mean,
they had it start at 4 p.m.
It started for me at 6.
Right. Well, the pre-show is what I'm saying. They had a 3-hour pre-show.
I could give 2
Yeah. I'm used to the pre-show starting at like maybe 7 and the event at 8.
Yeah, so they've been starting the events now at 7 o'clock.
Yeah. So I was behind and I had to try and play catch up, and I'm in the group chat. So I'm hearing some of the stuff. I'm like, oh, I haven't seen that yet. And then I tried to ignore it. But yeah, I mean, normally I wouldn't care. I think it's fine. But I was so busy. On Saturday that time I did care because I was like, darn it.
Right.
I don't watch the pre-show, so I wouldn't. No. So.
Well, I mean, I watched the pre-show because they have been putting a lot of different stuff in the pre-show, just for reasons, I guess. I mean, they are trying to make it more sports centric. They're trying to make the pre-show like the 1 hour before and after the NFL.
Yeah.
At least that's the way I'm looking at it, because they don't have like the post show like the NFL does. I mean, they did the last 2 pay-per-views, but
yeah, they're
trying to like go the sports route, which I love. I love that they're trying to do a more sports centric presentation. Right. And then you have the Wyatts, and then
yeah,
I think for the big pay-per-views, I think giving us the NFL Super Bowl pre-show, pre-game vibe, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it needs to be 3 hours long.
No. Like, if we could get it back to like a Sunday Night Heat, I'd be happy.
The premium live events?
The before, so I don't know if anybody remembers. I barely remember, only because I caught it every now and again. So the night of the pay-per-view, they would have a live Sunday Night Heat. And you get to see the pay-per-view stage and how it looks and everything.
Yeah.
Beforehand. And I thought that was sweet.
Yeah. Yeah. And they used to, because I went to a couple of Raws, and that's why I saw that they had Sunday Night Heat matches that were filmed at the Raws I was at. And I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know that. In my mind, I was thinking they were live, not pre-taped. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I get what you mean. I like how they do it though, because it gives you the big sport feel. And then they have their panel, and it used to just be the panel was like whatever before, but it's gotten bigger and bigger and more involved. And I don't know, I like it. And I like afterwards, and I like how they have press conferences. It's like, it feels like this big, huge deal. So like a big event.
You can thank Tony Khan for the press conferences.
I do like the press conferences. I will say that.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like I'm sitting there like, why am I watching this press conference? Because it's like, I know this is a work, but at the same time, the people come up, and it's just like I'm invested. So. And I'll stay up later than I want to just to listen to it.
Right, exactly. The only reason I watch the press conferences now is specifically for Triple H. Because one of 3 things always happens. He either takes a dig at AEW.
Yeah.
He then dismisses a question about Vince McMahon.
Yep.
And then shits on wrestling journalism.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, and the
Fucking
way
love it every time.
and there's always somebody that asks him a question, and they try to bring it in a roundabout way about Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
He just every time he's like, nah, I'm not going to talk about that right now, or I can't answer that, or he answers it like in some professional. It's like,
Right,
dude.
yeah. It's like, I can't comment on that right now. We're not commenting on that. I don't know much of the legal stuff, but hey, SummerSlam, 56,000 strong. Like,
Yep. Every time, dude, he just goes around the question, and then he brings it back to the event. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
I will say this, this last press conference he did on Saturday night, he gave a very telling answer about Stephanie, because obviously we all saw her in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, or somebody asked him if Stephanie has a role back in the company, or will she have a future role, or a role that she will resume. And he goes, no, she's not part of the company right now. She loves this business.
That was a cameo.
At some time, it was hard to love this business.
Yeah.
But she now loves this business again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, You said stuff about daddy-in-law without saying stuff about daddy-in-law. I mean, I'll give you props, Trips, but goddamn.
It makes you wonder, though. Like, what's he implying?
Could she be going over with her brother over to AEW?
Invasion 2.0. Let's do it.
I mean, it has happened before.
What do you mean going with her brother over to AEW?
Shane McMahon has been rumored to be joining forces with Tony Khan and helping him out over there.
That I'm sure will only happen if they're going the same way. That'll only happen if Vince bought the company and he's burying them. No, I don't think Shane. No. There's no way.
Shane. So here's the thing. Shane had a meeting with Tony Khan, and he loves the way that Tony Khan has changed the business and evolved the business. And obviously, they talked about having, dealing with family and business and everything. And Shane's a perfect example of that.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, like, Shane's his own man. Shane's been his own man.
Yeah, he has.
It makes you wonder if the storyline when he came back in 2015, let's see here. No, 2016 for WrestleMania 32. When he said your dad screwed up big time. Huge. And we made a deal. I got to go and do stuff on my own. And it makes you wonder if that isn't real life playing in the storyline.
Yeah. I would not doubt it.
Dang.
I would not doubt you see Shane over at AEW.
That's kind of crazy though, man, because he has disappeared for long periods of time. So and he never when he was younger, he had a spot. He had like one of those, like top, I don't know, executive spots or whatever in the company. But then he disappeared for a while. He stepped away, and then he was gone for years. I remember he is his own man a lot. Mm-hmm. He does his own thing. He came back and had a little run, and I don't know. Shane's a wild card. I'd
love it.
I think it'd be great. I think it would save Tony Khan, to be honest with you.
Man,
Tony Khan would be stupid to say no to Shane.
Yeah, because he has a mind. Tony Khan's ideas. I'm not saying Tony Khan doesn't have ideas. He comes at it from a fan's perspective, and we're all fans, obviously. But then he doesn't know when to. He lets the boys walk all over him, and that's the thing, where he doesn't know how to reel it in, or he doesn't know how, like, that creative control. You need somebody who's like, okay, you have creative control, but this is where we're going to draw the line. This makes sense. That doesn't make sense. Shane probably would be that. I would be shocked if Shane went there, though. Honestly, I would be shocked.
I wouldn't be shocked either way if Shane went or Shane didn't go, because Bret Hart has offered his services to Tony Khan, and Tony Khan said, nah.
What services did he offer, though? Just like
a producer role, training, like trainer, like pretty much be HBK in AEW.
I gotcha. And Tony Khan told him no.
Yeah, Tony Khan said, nah, we're good. He wanted Bret Hart for like a segment in the TV show. Like he wanted him on TV for like one segment, and Bret's like,
yeah,
I could do more. And he's like, nah.
And you said 57,000, you said?
57,000, yeah.
Now, I heard rumors that number isn't accurate. Matter of fact, when they said it's a sold-out show, it really wasn't. They were giving people in the higher tier seats, lower level seats, because they were having a hard time selling those seats down in the bottom. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's accurate.
I heard they couldn't sell. Well, I didn't hear. I saw.
Right.
They had a lot of black tarts on the 300 level.
Okay.
400 level. And people were, because they were going to tarp those sections off, people that had bought tickets in those specific sections got upgraded tremendously or just better. Some people got floor seats. Some people got 100 seats. Some people got like almost ringside seats.
Right. I mean, you've seen guys that you see people on the floor that you'd see on TikTok. Wheezy, she was on the floor. I don't know if she bought 4 seats.
You know who else was on the floor?
Who?
Spit on that thing.
Who?
Hey, the Haktua girl.
Haktua girl. Yeah.
She did a TikTok and she's like, you know what? I like women's fighting now. Why the fuck are you?
Oh my god.
All right. Let's move on.
Yep. Let's get on to the actual matches themselves. Speaking of Haktua, first match, Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan. So my times are probably going to be off just a little bit, but went about 16:50. Okay. So I'm going to say this now. There was a wait time in between matches. The total in between time of matches, 2 hours. Did it feel like that to you guys?
Sort of. I guess when you put it that way, yeah, because they have so much advertisement and there's so many things like they never used to have before. So, right. Yeah, I mean.
But did it feel like you had waited 2 hours total?
A total of 2 hours? No.
No, I don't think.
No.
I didn't
did it feel like the pay-per-view flew by?
Yeah, for me it did.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a whole 2 hours. I guess I'm surprised at that, but I mean, I know there's more stuff, but
yeah, it went faster than pay-per-view though.
It went faster to me than it flew by faster than a Raw did.
Yeah, and Raws have been flying by too, which is amazing.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But no, it flew by. It was great
stuff. Yeah.
No, I just wanted to get that out of the way because people would mention that and we didn't get to it or something. But they said a total time in between matches is like 2 minutes or 2 hours. So 7 matches in between, like it's like roughly like a half an hour each match that we were waiting for the next match to start.
I didn't feel that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
No, I didn't think that. That match, I think that match was solid, but as predictable as can be. I mean, everybody knew that Liv would win.
See, here's the thing. I didn't know who was going to win that match. The only thing I knew is that Dominic was going to be a piece of shit, like Pat McAfee said.
No, but he's not a piece of shit, dude.
He's not. He is.
Dude,
okay, let's be honest here. You're going to leave Rhea Ripley, mommy, dominant mommy, BDSM queen mommy, for Barbie doll lookalike Liv Morgan?
I would.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all have different tastes in women. That's fine.
There we go.
Yeah. There's no way.
You don't think?
Yeah. I guess I'm the only one who didn't. I was kind of surprised. I didn't see it ending that way. Yeah. The Dominic Liv Morgan thing, you could kind of see that something was. I didn't expect it to happen there, I guess, and I didn't. So I was just like, "Oh, you are a piece of crap." Wow, and just like it worked. It worked, but yeah.
The back and forth they did at the beginning, Liv being a chicken shit heel and Mommy getting pissed off chasing her. Loved that. That worked very well. Mommy doing the fake out, that was great. And the match was going good, and then Rhea either fakes separating her arm out of socket or actually separated her arm out of socket.
Yeah.
That was bad. That was sick. A couple times. I loved it when she did it on the table, on the announce table.
Yeah, she did it on the table. Then they go to the cam on Liv, and Liv is just like, "Oh fuck!"
And then Pat McAfee was epic.
Yeah, McAfee that entire match is like highlight. That is one of the highlights of that match.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
God. He's
gold,
dude. He's awesome.
I was happy as heck to see him turn on Rhea and join Liv.
So here's a theory, or a theory that I've been seeing. It's not mine, but it's a theory that I've been seeing. Does this make Dominic the babyface? Granted, I know looking forward in the Raw, but I'm just saying, like, so the theory is Rhea beat the shit out of Dom until he just became a submissive puppy and said, "I'll join the Judgment Day," just so he stopped getting the shit kicked out of him. And then had like, what's the trauma response for like a captive?
Cowardly.
No, where you start that
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome, yeah, where you actually agree or you feel sorry for them and like, yeah, this is why they did it and they're right.
So Dom now has Stockholm syndrome with Rhea, and then Liv Morgan comes along and is like, I actually like you, Dom. I'm actually trying to do these things for you, and I'll get you chicken fingies, and he finds someone that's actually interested in him. Does that make him a good guy, leaving the supposed heel? But obviously, those two going off into the sunset are heels.
I would say, if I didn't see Raw before you asked me that question, I would say no. He's still the heel.
He's still the heel,
but he is one heel that's in trouble big time, and if he gets ever caught by Rhea Ripley, his life is over.
Hear me out. At Bash of Berlin, it's not Liv and Rhea for the second time. It's Rhea versus Dom.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
I would enjoy seeing Dominic Mysterio being ragdolled like a baby.
The whole world would.
Like,
and I haven't
seen. You want to make her the ultimate baby face? There you go.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that part of Raw or anything like that, but to me, he still looks like the heel. Now I have to, when I watch Raw, when I get caught up, then maybe I'll have another assessment, but she still looks like, in a sense, she pushed him around and stuff like that, but it's Dom. It's Dominic. Like,
it's Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's why she did it. It's Dominic. But she looks
weakling anyways. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. She still looks like the baby face in this. To me, looks like the baby face.
Ripley?
Rhea.
No.
Okay. I mean,
again, that's without me watching Raw. Okay, that's just me with everything that's happened going up to it. She was gone. Liv is like that, tramp that came in and was stealing her man and stole her man. Like, how could Rhea not look like the baby face?
Right.
She was. I'm going to play this out. I'll tell you right now. She would not be a part of Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast, Friendly. Would not. I'm just saying that.
You fuck.
There was nothing friendly about her.
Well, did you guys see what Dominic posted after the show?
No.
He goes on Twitter and he has like 4 plates full of chicken fingers, and the title says, "Liv Morgan gets me." Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's all you eat is chicken fingers and fries, dude.
Dude. Oh my gosh, he's great though.
I love him. Like, Pat, I'm not gonna lie. Pat McAfee's call at the end. What a piece of shit. Doesn't get bleeped. Doesn't get censored. Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
That was great television.
He was great all night long.
Oh, I loved him.
He was great last night too.
I do have to point out, we're probably going to talk about this here and probably nowhere else. What did you guys think of the stupid ass ref cam?
Hated it.
Yeah, there were people that got, I don't know where they're getting their feedback from, but allegedly it got like a lot of positive feedback and it brought a different kind of feel. I thought it was confusing and I didn't know why. I mean, are we just trying to get a different
one more camera
with the ref? In my mind, I immediately went back to the previous pay-per-view where there was who was it? Oh gosh. Why am I drawing a blank on the match where we couldn't see and it looked like there was supposed to be a 3 count.
Oh, the Damian Priest Seth Rollins match at Money in the Bank.
There you go, Damian Priest. Yeah, and I think it was Damian Priest, if I remember right, who had his shoulders pinned, and the ref just stopped counting or counted 3, but didn't call the match. And so in my mind, I immediately went back to that, and I thought, well, maybe they're putting that in so that there's a different angle, there's a different view or something, kind of treating it like sports. You know, how you have instant replay and you have all this other stuff, or you have the photo finish like you have in the Olympics right now. And in my mind, I was, but why? I mean, at the same time, it was like, I don't know.
From what I've been reading, the main reason for which is funny and ironic that this was the reason, the main reason for the ref cams was for the Punk Rollins McIntyre match. They wanted Rollins to have the camera, but the goddamn thing was bugging him and it flew out halfway through the match. So he said, you know what? Screw it. And takes it off. Like the pack falls out from behind him and you see it clear as day. And he's just like, and throws it away. Like halfway through the match.
Was this a TKO? Are they trying to make it, I guess, since we're going to Netflix in 2025, are they trying to make it like a UFC, a sports centered?
Does the UFC have ref cams?
No. I don't think so.
Like,
they have overhead views and things like that, but I don't know that a ref wears a camera in UFC.
I'm just trying to think, are they trying to, since we're in the tail part of 2024, heading into 2025, are they just trying to get us fans used to
I think it was a experiment and they wanted to see how far they can get with it.
Right.
I mean, every other match had the ref cams and the refs were fine with it. Rollins, for whatever reason, his just flew off the back of his pants. And I'm just like, okay, fine, whatever.
And what you said, Cody, makes sense too. Maybe that's why they had it so it would look uniform. And that way, when Rollins was wearing it, it would be, oh yeah, he's just like all the other refs did. Every other ref had a ref cam, so that's why he has a ref cam.
If you go to WWE's TikTok, they actually show the entire time that Seth had the ref cam on, and you see that entire angle the whole time that video's up, and it's funnier than hell because Seth Rollins is just egging on everybody. He is trolling for trolling's sake. But we'll get to that in next.
The
fuck?
I believe that. Shut up.
I can't even see what that says.
Yeah, here you go. She's reading it again.
Okay, here's the problem with this. Whoever made this account, kudos, because you really think you're going to get away with this. B, you are backing the wrong horse. But whatever. You do you, boo-boo.
Goodbye. So what's the next match?
The next match only went 5 minutes. Breaker versus Sami Zayn.
Okay. I will start out. The last time when we got together and we were talking, and it was after, what was the last pay-per-view? The last time those two fought.
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank. I sat here and I said that match showed that Braun Breaker, though he has potential, he may not be ready yet. And Sami Zayn this and Sami Zayn that. I'm going to sit right here and admit that I was wrong. I was wrong. I've nothing against Sami Zayn, but Braun Breaker is he's better than I gave him credit for.
Now, what made you change your mind?
Because he's believable. I guess he's just believable. It's how he performs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's just something when I look at him, he's like this odd mix of his dad and his uncle. And I guess and maybe I tried to block that out of my head. Like, okay, yeah, I know he's related to the Steiners, but he just has that blend of both of them. He works really, really good. His stuff looks like stiff, and he beat the crap out of Sami. And it was like, he kind of did that when they fought last time, and then I was thinking Sami will win. But he went in and he just was like brutal.
Mm-hmm.
It's how he works. It's how he works, and it's the way he acts and the way he carries himself.
I
thought before he was just like this, like I'm just a big strong guy and stuff like that. But I think I was so into Sami, I was overlooking the things like he did a freaking, when he did that Frankensteiner and stuff like that in the first match. And I overlooked all of those awesome spots that he did. And I overlooked the fact that he saved Sami from getting hurt because Sami mistimed a dive out. Because I went back and watched that after we talked, and I was like, I got to look at that again. And I caught a couple things about him. So then in this match, he showed me he's for real.
Oh, yeah.
He's for real. So I have to admit that I was wrong. I was wrong about Braun Breaker.
My notes on the match were love the fast start for the beginning of the match. Love the break. They call it the Breakensteiner now instead of the Frankensteiner. I love the way he does that, the way he pops his hips, the way he runs up the ropes, says, yeah, and then and just rolls back with his legs still hooked with Sami on him. I'm just like, oh, that's beautiful.
Ooh.
The standing bulldog into the blue thunder bomb, thought that was a beautiful reversal. And then Sami going for the huluva kick, then speared, and then speared again with the 26-mile-an-hour spear off the ropes. Game over. And I love this. This is going into Raw next week. 2 out of 3 falls. Sami Breaker for the IC title. That's going to be a classic. That's going to be good. We are in for a fucking treat with that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching Breaker since he was in NXT. I said he needed to come up to the main roster. He put his time in there. He put the work in there. You can see him develop from the day one that he was in NXT all the way up to when he got drafted into the main roster. I see a lot, like you said, Nikki D, with Scott and Rick. I see a lot of that in him and his style, but he has his own way of doing things.
Yep.
I love what do you call it, Brockensteiner?
The Breakensteiner.
Breakensteiner. I love that. I think he deserved to win. He's put the work in. Mm-hmm. Sami doesn't need the title. He's done whatever he has to do. Mm-hmm. Braun Breaker, he will hold that title for a while, I think. Will. He'll represent WWE with that title strong.
Yep.
And now this frees up Sami Zayn to possibly jump ship with Jay and go to SmackDown and be part of the Bloodline. storyline once again.
Oh, good point.
Well, you brought it up here, so I'll say it now. The rumor is they're gonna trade Sammy and Jay to SmackDown for a tag team to Raw.
And I think that's brilliant.
So
I
they're
agree.
gonna trying to keep the brand split as close to the vest as possible. This Randy Orton situation really pisses me off, but it's whatever. We'll deal with that at a later date.
No, I think Sami Zayn. That match was epic. That match, it'd be only 5.5 minutes.
Yeah,
that was
5 minutes.
It told the story, finished the story in 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was great. It was a fantastic match.
Yep.
It was better than it was. Honestly, I'll say this: Breaker Zayn was probably the 4th best match of the night.
It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was a good match.
Yeah, it's hard to disagree with that. It was good.
Next match, your boy LA Knight wins the United States Championship, aka consolation prize, because he couldn't beat Roman, against Logan Paul. It went about 12 minutes and 20 seconds.
12 minutes, 20 seconds too long. I said a long time ago, and don't get me wrong, okay? Logan Paul's he can go.
Yep.
He can go.
Should have kept his mouth shut on Twitter.
Should have kept his mouth on Twitter. Now, but it was time for him to lose.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. He almost had the belt for a year.
In my book, it was time for him to lose. Yeah, it's a little late for LA Knight. I mean, we had him for how many years has he been trying to win a title? 2, I think. It's a little late.
LA Knight re-debuted in NXT 2020, either 2020 or 2021.
Right. And we thought he was going to win a title, 2 years ago?
No, last year.
Last year, somehow they botched that all up. And I think that it's time for him to have that title, and he probably won't hold it long. But
give him till Mania. I think they can have him till Mania have the title. Maybe Royal Rumble at the earliest, but Mania at the latest.
But it was a good match. It wasn't it's probably one of the lower matches, of the night.
This match was number 5 on my card.
Yeah, but I loved the interaction with it was MJK or MK
MGK and this. So here are my notes. As soon as I saw MGK, my emotion for this match is gone. The entire match is completely wasted now because we brought in the Cleveland douchebag MGK, who Kevin Owens powerbombed through a stage over 10 years ago. So I'm good. He dissed Eminem, got out of the rap game, now went to the pop scene game because he had to move out of rap because Eminem killed his career. So, yeah, I'm good. I was good when I saw him, and I'm like, look, if LA Knight wins, good for him. He deserves it. But I'm sorry, the match is now tainted because of this taint.
I would agree. I think my wife says to me, she goes, why do they bring people like them into this match?
Because he has friends in the WWE.
That's exactly why. Why.
He was John Cena's opening theme song from WrestleMania 28. With Skylar Grey, I think is what her name was.
Wow. That's right. I forgot about that.
A lot of people do, for good reason.
Oh my gosh. Oh. No,
his only good song too.
I felt like they didn't. There was just something where their styles didn't really mesh together. Like the match was, I don't know, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like Logan Paul or Ricochet or something like that. It didn't have
the emotion. It didn't have this. The storytelling was there. The storytelling was there. These guys wanted to kill each other.
Yeah.
But there was no
ooh or ah or nothing like that in the
investment
match.
almost.
So here's a good question. What are they going to do with LA? What are they going to do with Logan Paul now?
Let him cool off after the Olympics. Let that die off. After he had a stint in Japan, he had to, go away for a little bit on the social media scene. He came back and he became relevant again. So give him about 2 months. He'll be fine. We'll see him at the Rumble. It's fine. We're all good.
Yeah, but he's going to be a loser.
No, Logan Paul's Logan Paul.
Yeah, he didn't need any of that. He really didn't. He didn't need a title. He doesn't need that stuff. He's just.
I think at least one title reign in the WWE would be fine for Logan Paul, which is what we got, so I'm okay with it. But if they end up giving him a major title like the world title or the WWE title, I'm going to be like, why?
Yeah, that's where you're pushing. I mean, he has talent. He's like naturally good at it, but world title, you brought up something interesting about LA Knight too. In that time when he was kind of pushing for, main event spot and for the world title and stuff like that, you got to think when he was coming up, there were other people that were kind of getting hot at the same time.
Yeah. And
I feel like they were trying to juggle all these people, and he just kind of, unfortunately, he got lost in the shuffle. They were like, what do we do with LA Knight? Because we've got all these people like that are just getting over, and these people are popular. Remember, Roman was on top, but you had Cody, you had Jay, you had all this stuff, like all these people that were red hot. He was red hot too. He was over, but he was just, you know what I mean? It was like trying to make it in the Attitude Era. Like, look at all the talent that they had, but like
exactly.
Yeah, they had so much good top talent. Not everybody could be in the main event at the same time. Not everybody could hold the title, and it's unfortunate for LA Knight. But I mean, at least this was the right thing to do. They're at least giving him something. It's consolation, sure, but it's giving him something to say, hey, we still believe in you. We're putting a strap on you.
We believe in Joe Hendry. I'm sorry.
But they're saying we still believe in you. We want to push you, and we want to elevate you. It's just I just think that I don't think he is as hot as he was a year ago. But the problem, and and we'll see it too. I'm sure we'll talk about this later. The problem is that he, just like everybody else, and we're finding out too, and I'm sure we'll get to this later also, even Cody Rhodes, there was a guy who just was so unbelievably over, just so over, that as a heel, he was the guy that anybody who was going up against him was just like, I'm just going to shut up because I know we're going to get to it, and I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about, but yeah. So that's who his title shot was against, and he wasn't going to get that title. Oh. And they gave it to him because he was red hot, and then he just kind of went back with everybody else, and he just kind of lingered, and it's unfortunate for him, but
it is. But
too much talent's a good problem to have, and they have a lot of talent.
That's very true.
That is very true.
I'll just say this: the beautiful Asai moonsault that Logan Paul did. My God, like you said, natural born athlete. The fact that he was able to pull that off, not hurt LA Knight, not hurt himself.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Very good. I'm not down that, but is that the one they had on? Like I see on TikTok, he's practicing, and then as he's practicing, they turn it into the real. Yeah.
Yeah, he transitioned it from that to.
That's amazing. He's amazing. I'm not saying anything about Logan Paul not being amazing.
Yeah.
Speaking of his TikTok,
I think it was time. It was time for him to drop that belt.
This son of a bitch. When he lost the title, the next day puts up a video with the song from Fast and Furious by fucking what's the kid's name? Charlie Day or Charlie I'll see you again. Charlie Puth, whatever the hell his name is. It's been a long day and I'll see you again. And it's like Really? This is amazing.
That one, yeah. I see that the other day. I'm like, yeah, that's epic.
That's funny. I love that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Next, I hate to be this way, but this is who I am. The worst match of the night, Nia versus Bayley, 12:31. My only note, and this is my only note, the last 3 minutes was the match.
Wow. And yeah, you're not wrong. You're not really wrong. But did the ending surprise you?
No.
Okay. So it just surprised me.
My feeling was she was going to come down regardless. I didn't know what she was going to do, but I felt like Tiffany Stratton was going to come down anyways. And the fact that they use it as a plan to screw Bayley, I'll take it.
Yeah. Is that like, but Bayley is always, is it just me or my personal opinion that Bayley's so talented. She's so good. She has such a heart for the sport. She grew up a diehard fan. You can tell, you can see it. She interacts with the crowd. She's good at like pretty much everything she does in the ring.
Right.
And she always climbs the mountain, and then they always tug the rug from under her feet. It's like she gets there, and then we're like, we're gonna push you back down, and we're gonna put the strap on somebody else, or we're gonna do like. Am I the only one who sees that, or?
Bayley had it for the longest time when she was a heel. She's a better heel champion than a babyface champion. I'll say that. Babyface Bayley sucks.
Yeah, but it did work. It did work though for a while. It was working, but she is way better as a heel.
There's a difference between Hugger Bayley and Babyface Bayley.
Hugger
Bayley works because that's Hugger Bayley.
Yeah.
Heel Bayley works. Babyface Bayley, yeah.
The OG Bayley when she had the whatever those things were that would come up and everything.
Inflatable labia are 2 men.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's what my daughter, especially my youngest daughter, loved when she would come out. She's like, "Oh, it's Bayley." And then when she went heel and she like tore him down and cut him, my daughter was like, she's a really good heel.
How weird is it that her, like the Super Bayley fan, I can't remember, Izzy, I think is what her name was. She's now a wrestler.
What?
She has won an independent championship. I don't remember which one, but she is an independent champion at the moment. I think she's just 18. She's been training in professional wrestling for like the last 2 or 3 years.
Wow.
Yeah. It's weird and I feel old and I don't like it.
I'm right there with you. Holy crap. That is nuts. Because you can remember Bayley coming up the same way as like this super fan. And then she gets into the business and she's like awesome. Oh my word. Yeah. That makes me feel old too.
WWE, book it. Izzy versus Bayley, WrestleMania 41.
Oh, that would be gold. There you go.
Hold on. I got some for you.
Book it.
Where's that? Hold on. I think I got it for you.
Can't wait to see what's going to happen now.
But no, I was upset at that only because I wanted Tiffany Stratton to turn on Nia Jax. That's what I was looking for.
I don't think we're going to have that now.
I think this is what you're talking about when we were talking about it's been a long
United States Champion, L.A. Knight!
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
There you go.
Love it. That's
That was
cinema.
awesome. That was awesome. Wow.
But so let's move on from the worst match of the night
That was.
to the best match of the night, at least in my opinion. Punk, Drew, Seth Rollins, special guest referee, shades of Undertaker, Brett, Shawn 97. Oh,
Yep.
I needed a smoke after this match. That's how good this was. It was, God damn it.
I 100% agree. I 100% agree. That was, I don't know if it was the best match. I like the last.
Rest of them?
I like the last match on how that part unfolded. But
You're not gonna like my answer.
But I will say this. That was storytelling.
Yep.
All the way to my favorite part of that match. Set up, I thought, until Seth Rollins got his ass beat by Bronson Reed last night. But I thought the best part of that story was when the bracelet got ripped off Drew McIntyre's hand and lay it on the mat. He reached, Seth Rollins looks down and goes, "Oh," and puts it on his hand.
Yeah, picks it up like a ref would, puts it on his wrist like
hand,
a ref would.
And I'm looking at, I'm thinking, oh my God, CM Punk's gonna see that and lose his shit.
Yep.
See, I wasn't paying attention to that detail. I'm usually pretty good.
Oh.
And so when I see Punk going for the GTS, I'm like, why is he waiting? Turns around, looks at Rollins, and I look at Rollins' wrist and I'm like, oh.
And he says to Rollins, "You stupid motherfucker," or whatever he said. And he's like, and I'm like, okay, you just launched the next story.
Yep.
And I guess I'll be honest, through the last 2 years doing this podcast, I've learned a lot about storytelling and how important it is to the game as a fan.
Yep.
I used to just watch it, to watch it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I knew when I tuned into NWO every night, WCW every night, because NWO, I knew it, but I didn't think it was a storyline. I just thought it was, okay, it's whatever. But now I'm getting the grasp of what storytelling does for the business. And that match, 100%. I agree with you, Cody. 100% from point A to when it ended.
Yeah.
Yep.
Incredible.
Every last thing they did in that match from beginning to end was storytelling at its finest. That is exactly what professional wrestling is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Hands down. I think the three of us can all agree on that. Again, this, if it was in the Tokyo Dome, this is a 10-star match.
100%.
But fuck Dave Meltzer. It's a 5-star match. Out of 5 stars, it's a 5-star match because this match had everything. Had the physicality, the brawling, the drama, the storytelling. It, like I said, I needed a goddamn smoke after this match, and I don't smoke.
It was a great match. I agree with you. It was a great match.
They had shade. They literally almost pulled the trigger from 97. And Seth is like, oh shit, no, not history won't repeat itself. But then just that fucking bracelet. The fact that these three men are fighting over something that my 7-year-old could make at goddamn day camp.
Yeah.
It's intriguing.
Yeah. Yep.
They're doing their job.
It made me want to turn into Monday, and it's going to continue because that's going to be amazing stuff. You know, we're going to get SmackDown's going to have all the Bloodline stuff, but Raw needed that. Raw needed something like that to say, oh, I'm going to tune in to see what Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins are going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
And now, like you said, now we split off Rollins with Bronson Reed, and now we're going to make Bronson Reed a star.
Yeah.
That is the whole point. You're supposed to have 2 main event guys, and they fight each other and make good money. And then you split them off and fight 2 guys. So now you have 4 main guys. Then you split those 4 apart to fight 4 other guys. Now you have 8 top guys. That is the whole point of professional wrestling, is to get everybody over the best way possible.
Yep. To have too many stars, too many people that are getting hot at the same time. You're like, I have you. That's how you get can't miss television. When you're like, I can't miss this segment because so and so's in it. I can't miss this one because so. When you have a roster full of talent like that, then you're watching like the entire time because you got to see this person, you got to see this person, you got to see this person. That's how you do it.
Yep.
That's how you do it. Yeah, perfect storytelling. Perfect. I didn't expect it to end the way that it did. It was sweet.
This is the one match I had no prediction one way or the other. I had no way of knowing how it was going to turn out because of the way the storytelling was being told. Rollins was a prick to both of them. He was trolling them both the entire time, and it was wonderful to see.
Oh yeah.
Drew losing his shit, Punk losing his shit. They're all fighting over a goddamn bracelet. You can't predict this. And that is probably one of the biggest reasons why I love this match, is because, yes, was it predictable to have this threesome in the card together? Yes, that was predictable. One way or another, there was going to be, these three were going to be touching gloves.
Yeah.
Well, then they brought that same three to Raw last night,
Mm-hmm.
and they had McIntyre and Seth Rollins in the ring.
Punk
and
Rollins.
Seth and Rollins. I love Rollins' outfit. I mean, he comes down in his black outfit.
That was just weird. It was a trench coat.
And unzipped his coat, got in the ring, looked at Punk. They looked at each other. Then also Drew McIntyre inserts himself.
And McIntyre's like, Punk, look at me when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
I think I've deserved your undivided attention. And they still have not unlocked eyes. And it's great.
And then all of a sudden, Drew McIntyre goes, oh, I know, because I hold dear to my heart two things you love. Your dog.
Your stupid face-looking dog.
And AJ. And he lost his shit.
Punk's just looking at Rollins as he says this on camera. You mother... And just runs away out the ring and up the stairs.
That insert Bronson Reed, and he destroyed that. So it's amazing.
Wow.
So why I say that, because storytelling, and it led into the Monday Night Raw.
Now, here's my question. Do we get this at a throwaway pay-per-view like Bash at Berlin, or do we save this for Atlanta, Georgia at Bad Blood?
I say it's Atlanta, Georgia. Bad. That's what it is. It's Bad Blood.
Yep.
Perfect. If you take to Berlin, you're stupid.
I agree.
Yeah. Bad Blood.
In my opinion, best this hands down 5-star match of the night. We went from the worst to the best within one segment, and I was happy for it. So I was good.
Nice.
Second to last match, Gunther versus Priest, went 16-26. I don't have very many notes. It was pretty much the implosion of the Judgment Day. Yeah. Is pretty much the highlight you could take from this. That and the fact that Gunther got busted open on his chest from Damian Priest. I mean, good for Damian to throw a kick in the armor for Gunther, but goddamn.
Yeah, that was nasty. And
yep.
You know, and I'm gonna get heat from you guys, but
probably not. But
I'm not a Gunther guy.
Really?
Wow.
I'm not. And I say, but this last time, what he said in the ring on Monday.
Yeah,
was great. I felt when he first came onto the Raw roster, I thought I was boring.
I've loved Gunther since NXT.
So that's
I
just
think
my take.
he is just.
Now I'm beginning to like him more.
Yeah. It took him a while to grow on me too. I mean, it wasn't right in NXT when he came up. I think it was it might have been that triple threat match was when I really was. No, it was prior to that. He started to get my attention when he had his run with the title. And then when he went in and he had that match with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. And no. He had the match with Sheamus first, didn't he? That one-on-one where they beat the crap out of each other. That's when I was first like, dude, that guy is okay. And then ever since then, he's had my attention. I think he's awesome.
He's good. He's great. Really good. Really
good.
So I want to throw out two numbers with Gunther. 832, 666. Those are the 2-day reigns of his UK Championship run and his Intercontinental Championship run.
Okay. So he'll hold this belt for a while.
So it's going to be, and he very rarely loses. His win-loss record in the WWE is astounding.
Oh yeah.
So we got 5 more minutes, you guys. We got to wrap it up.
He's another one too. That's the slimy heel. I know we got to move on. I'm sorry, but he's so over. Like he's just. I see people out there. Like I can't be the only one. When he comes out, I'm like, dude, he's freaking awesome, man. I love Gunther.
Right, and he'll get on your nerves. I mean, MJF gets on your nerves just because he's MJF and he's speaking.
Yeah, but you have like, dude, he's awesome, and
but Gunther, I think that's why I was like, he ironically gets on my nerves. I'm like, but if he gets like Matt will tell me that he's doing his job.
There you go.
And there I go. How do you not like him, right? So.
Yeah, you don't hate him like you hate Baron Corbin.
That guy's a piece of shit. Go ahead and mark that. Baron Corbin, you suck. If you want to come and talk about it, Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast would love to have you.
Yeah.
And tell you how much of a piece of shit you are, apparently, which is okay. That's an oxymoron, but okay. Did anybody see Finn Balor turning the way he did?
I should have, I guess, because he's just kind of been there and quiet but no, I didn't. Honestly, I did not.
I think you had to do it that night. You had to, with everything going. He was the last piece that everybody thought was going to be solid with Damian, and like Vince said, you won that title, and ever since you won that title, you've been a jackass. Well, and he's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
So we'll go to the last match. I did not time this match because I forgot to. But I'm going to say this. This is the 6th match on my card.
I don't know how that could be.
Out of 7, this was almost just as bad as Nia Bailey.
Says a lot about your like for Cody Rhodes, then, doesn't it?
And now this is where it gets funny, Scott, because I now see apparently the light, and it sucks because you want Cody to have that. You want Cody to have the title because he chased it for so long, and then he became a made man. And I get it, but it necessarily wasn't. It wasn't necessarily the match.
Right.
It was like the Logan Paul LA Knight. It felt like the emotion or the inspiration or the investment was just not there because it was Cody solo, and we all knew Roman was coming back.
I loved from the start to the finish of that match. I loved Cody Rhodes in his motorhome.
I hated that. That was a waste of fucking time. We want to talk about a 2-hour wait time in between matches? What a waste of fucking time.
I just thought it was like, okay, and it was about the dog and how the dog's been here for the longest time. It's always been by his side. That started that storytelling, and it went. And one of the best parts, I was like, oh my God. I was like, whoa, when Arn Anderson was there. And
that didn't shock me because I saw that his contract with AEW expired.
Oh, right. So you knew it. I didn't know it.
I didn't know.
I didn't know it.
And what Arn said to him was about time. Because remember, when they had that feud in AEW, when Arn said, you're weak. And what Arn said to Cody, it was like, you better go out and do this. And he walked through the ramp and he walked through everything, blah, blah, blah. And of course, you're right, man. You're right. Cody, we all knew Roman Reigns was going to come out.
We all knew he was going to return. We just didn't know when.
We didn't know when. We were hoping, yeah.
I honestly think that there would have been more if Fatu wouldn't have hurt himself. By the way, that was one hell of a move from him. That boy.
So
He's insane. He's insane.
That dude is like, what?
Let's talk about that for a second. There are reports online that was planned.
That's a heck of a sell job. That is one heck of a sell job, dude. If that was planned, wow. Because he sold. Yeah, he sold better than the Hollywood actor, dude. Just the way that he went down, couldn't put and you've seen people get hurt for real before in the business, and the way they react and the look on their face, and like when he started flinging the chairs, it just, to me, I was like, he's hurt. He's hurt for real.
Yeah, he's fucking hurt. But dude, I just like how reporters are like, that was planned. The WWE's backstage producers tell us that was planned spot. I'm like, motherfucker, you cannot plan to break your ankle.
Yeah, you're not going to plan to break it.
Right,
I heard today was a high spring. He's going to be out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're not gonna fucking do that on purpose.
No, there's no way.
And you can tell when they panned into his face, he was like
pissed.
He was.
Oh yeah, and I felt like because he kept sitting there, and then he was kind of like, pointing or whatever, but he never got up. He was sitting there, a la, it was shades of Vince McMahon when he ran down after the conclusion of that Royal Rumble, and he tore.
2005 Royal Rumble. They tried doing it in '94 with Brett Luger. They couldn't do it, but on accident, fucking Batista and Cena do it. And they make him blow both his quads. He blows one going into the ring, and then
I know.
the second one
trying to get up, and then he sits down, and he's like sitting there.
Yeah,
what
he's
are you
just
guys
sitting there
doing? That's what I thought of. When Jacob was sitting there and he couldn't get up, I was like, oh my gosh, it's like Vince McMahon, dude. He's not getting up. That means he's really hurt. And I felt like he was supposed to be in there doing something.
Right.
But maybe it worked because Cody kind of had the upper hand when Roman's music hit.
Well, they're saying that it was planned because they didn't want Jacob to get fucked by Roman. And I'm like, what?
Okay.
I think that was
that kind of makes sense because they don't want that yet. So maybe, but I thought it was because he was hurt and he was supposed to be in there, but it kind of worked because Cody had the upper hand. Then Roman came out, and then when he got to gosh, that's such a long freaking walk to the ring. Everybody who came out, dude, I was like, an hour later, that was a long walkway to the ring. But when he got in there, you're just kind of thinking, who's he going to hit? What's he going to do?
I wasn't. I was like,
he's
going to kill Solo.
Well, he's going to blast Solo, but is he going to do anything to Cody? And I kept thinking, even when he got out of the ring and he was walking away, I thought he's going to come back in and blast Cody. He's going to do something. He didn't. And again, that's storytelling.
Yes.
That's just the whole story. And I was just sitting there like, wow, he helped him.
I'm ordering that t-shirt. After we get off here, I'm ordering that t-shirt, by the way.
Hey, what does that stand for?
I'm assuming original tribal chief.
Yeah.
Okay. I kept trying to figure that out. I was like, oh, TC, what does that mean? It looks sweet, though.
But yeah, I think that was great storytelling. The only thing I didn't like about Solo's expression could have been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's you. He should have been freaked the shit out because he's getting ready to get Superman punched.
He should have, because he shot his mouth off talking about, he's not getting the job done. I'm the tribal chief, blah, blah, blah. And then they took out, Paul Heyman, the wise man, and did all this other crap. So, yeah, he should have been a little petrified, but he was just talk
about the bloodline. 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to meet Samu.
Mm-hmm.
And I got this from him.
That's a Raw 30 chair, and I'm surprised he even got one.
Yeah, I saw that. When you had that posted on Facebook. Like, wow.
That guy is a genuine sweetheart. I would say that. But sorry that got off topic. But
no, it's fine.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Again, though, it just, I don't know. This was the one Cody match that fell flat for me and actually made me realize what really is next for Cody. Because now obviously this is going to be a one and done with Solo. There's no reason for him to fight the Bloodline at this point. He's done with that. Kevin Owens is done with that. Orton's done with that. Orton's going off to go fight Gunther in Germany.
Yep.
Like,
well, he's gonna lose the belt to one of the Bloodline. Somebody.
You
don't think so?
No, he's gonna lose to Cena.
No. Oh shoot!
And then Cena's gonna lose to the Bloodline. Because you know damn well Reigns is gonna get that belt back.
No, he doesn't need it at this point.
He will get it.
Here's a stat for you, Scott, that proves my theory. In 1 hour, 1 hour after the show went off the air, he made the company almost $1 million.
Yeah, I guess you're right. He doesn't need the belt. He's
doesn't need the belt.
But
and this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. He is that guy. Like, he's a freaking GOAT, man. The fact that he came out and the place went nuts. They went nuts. And you had Cody Rhodes, who everybody was back in, and it was it the Chase or was it the guy? And when he got in there, so Cody, I'm kind of like you, in a sense. I was like, where does he go from here? Because when Roman came out, it was like all eyes were on him. Like, I looked at that crowd and I like Rico and I were talking. It was funny. We were messaging. He was like, I almost peed myself. I was like, dude, me too. Like, you look at the crowd, everybody was just like this, like the tribal chief, like, yep. And I felt like he almost overshadowed Cody Rhodes.
I was thinking about that question, Nikki D. That's my question. Once again, Cody Rhodes is overshadowed. Again.
Not even overshadowed. Eclipsed.
Yeah. That's a better way to say it. He cast it. Yeah. He eclipsed.
And that sucks. And I'm not a Cody Rhodes fan, but that sucks for Cody Rhodes.
It does.
Sure.
Because he came into the business. This is what I was trying to say when you guys thought I hated Cody Rhodes. I know. What this proves my point. When he came into the business, into WWE, he was gunning for that chase. And then he got involved in other things that took him away from that for a while. And then then when he won the belt, I said this before, insert Wyatt 6, insert the Judgment Day, insert the new Bloodline. He's overshadowed, eclipsed. Now you go to SummerSlam.
That is overshadowed. That overshadowed him. But Roman coming back eclipsed.
Yeah.
He comes into SummerSlam and Reigns comes back and no one gives a shit about the match. I don't remember anything about the match except for Roman Reigns coming down that thing, popping Solo Sikoa.
And Jacob supposedly taking an injury.
And what happened with Jacob Fatu. But yeah, you're right. You're right.
I will say this to eat my words, Cody Cornette. If I look at it like that, you're right. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Drew McIntyre was match of the night. Because why? Because I remember we talk about the moments. They talk about the storytelling, but that was story.
Yeah.
That Cody Rhodes, I don't know what the hell. I don't remember any of that except for Roman Reigns coming at the moment where Roman Reigns came down the music. He popped Solo, and Fatu broke his foot.
Yeah, Fatu broke his foot. The Tungans came down. Randy and KO came down.
That's all you know.
Shoot him off. The rest of the match is a fucking blur.
So back me up and to eat crow, I will say, Cornette, you're right. Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins match by far.
And to back my thing up even further, this showed that Cody is not the face of the company.
Absolutely.
Because now here's why I say he made almost $1 million in an hour after the show ended.
Yeah.
When the show ended, the merchandise stands were selling a limited edition 1 out of 130 or 1 out of 1,316 belts to commemorate his 1,316-day reign as champion, they made a commemorative belt of Roman Reigns at $600 a pop, and they sold out in an hour.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The figure was like over $800,000. And I'm like, that's almost $1 million in 1 hour. That's $1 million revenue for the company in 1 hour.
And that's the thing, is a draw. Remember when Roman was like Cody? And remember when he was getting overshadowed or eclipsed, like you said, by like John Cena? And when Cena was trying to back away and they were trying to push Roman and all this stuff, and now he's that guy. And you said like Cody's not the face of the company. They've got to find some. I don't think Roman is at that point where he's got to like go away, because Cena was doing all this other stuff. But Roman did start slowing down and saying he was more part-time. You know what I mean? Probably just for health reasons and stuff like that. But
right. I mean, he's fought leukemia twice.
I know
his immune system's a dumpster fire.
Exactly. So they've got to figure something out for somebody who can take that torch. So, and maybe it'll be Cody, but it'll take longer. I mean, I don't know, because it took Roman a while, but that just shows you he's still that guy to be able to show up like that and completely make you forget about everything else that happened. I was like that too. I was like, holy crap. And that's still the thing I remember the most out of that whole match. Right. I was like, oh my gosh, is he really here? Is he really here? And then when he came walking out, I was like, whoa.
He looked good too.
Here's the best way to put it. And I hate that I'm going to be doing this, but I am. Vince had Hogan, Bret and Shawn, Austin Rock, Batista, Cena. Triple H has right now.
Oh, and Taker. Did you say Taker? Because Vince had Taker.
Taker's the cornerstone of all those generations. He's
You're right.
He's the glue that held the conduit that held it all together.
You're right.
We went through Triple H's golden era with Roman Reigns. We are now in the Bret Shawn era with Cody and Seth.
Oh. Okay.
So we will be in the Rock Austin era soon. Probably like maybe a year, 2 into the Netflix deal. And then I so wholeheartedly believe that this is the case. Breaker Carmelo Hayes. I think those two are the ones that are going to carry the company into their Attitude Era, their version of it, and just go. This is just the way that I'm looking at it. We've had our Hogan. We're in the middle of our Bret Shawn new gen phase.
Mm-hmm.
Because look, all the old heads are going to AEW.
Yep. You're
Same
right.
thing that happened with WCW. Hogan, Savage.
They were all going over there.
Nash, Hall.
I got Shane over there, so we're good.
It's Shane now. Yeah, shit.
Man, good point. Good point. That's crazy, though. That's crazy. And Braun Breaker has made a believer out of me. And am I wrong? When I saw Rick has been there. Rick has been around. But is that the first time Scott Steiner has been like back in the WWE since he left? Because he had all that beef and everything, and there was all that bad blood.
So. I think I
freaked out when I saw him.
That was good.
The Hall of Fame, yeah. I freaked out when I saw him. So I looked at my wife. I was like, "It's Scott Steiner."
I love that,
crap, dude. Because he would never be there.
I can't believe how much muscle mass that motherfucker lost.
I missed an opportunity. You're right. I seen him. He was at the WrestleCon that I was at in June. I missed the opportunity because I have my blue and gold belt back here. I was stood in line with Sting for 4 hours, which I love. Sting.
Poor bastard.
Whatever. And you're right. I am a poor bastard. It's stupid. I never should have stayed in line for 4 hours. That was dumb. I get back and I go. Someone goes, "You got to have Scott Steiner sign that because he's a big U of M. He's from U of M."
Yeah, he is.
He would have probably done it for free.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So now I got to wait till next year and hopefully he's there. But hey, guys,
Yeah.
really, I got to get going here.
Hey, not a problem. But so just real quick, out of 5, what would we rate SummerSlam?
Oh. I mean, for me, probably I would say maybe a 4. I was going to
Okay.
say 3, but because I didn't expect all the title changes and call me blind, but I just was like, wow, because especially in the Triple H era, the people hold the titles for longer. So I was surprised by a lot of stuff, and there were a lot of cool things. And then, like we were talking about, Roman came back, and I lost my mind. So I mean, yeah, and there were some low points too. Yeah.
So we all agree this was an A show.
Yeah.
4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to complain about unless it's Nia and Bailey, but besides that.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
So with that, Huge Pop, take it away.
Everybody, Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast fan, their YouTube channel at Huge Pop Wrestling. Go and hit the follow button, hit the like button, support us. We are 3 to sometimes 5 guys, crazy guys that have opinions about wrestling. And tonight we reviewed SummerSlam. Look out for our Tuesday shows. Next Tuesday we'll talk about Raw. Look out for some interviews. Cody Cornett up in the top. Thank you so much for everything you do. Nikki D on the bottom. Thank you for everything you do. We're gonna pray that Rico comes back soon and workload lightens up. Again, guys, fans. Oh, we got a person in here. Love you, Mr. Scott. Love you guys. Thank you. RXYZY. I have no idea who you are. Please tell me who you are, because maybe you're one of my kids that used to be here. I don't know. Thank you so much. Hit the follow button on that, man. They called me Mr. Scott, so you must have been in my care before. So please send me a message, whatever. But again, it's Ray. Okay, how you doing, Ray? So I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. And it's Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast, and we're out.